Apache.
Rishi Moon listening post. I intercepted a lot of CIS transmissions and found out a bunch of their plans. You guys want to listen in?
You don't even go
Pretty
to
crazy.
Okay, so am I good to start so I can get this over with?
Imagine if we put this much effort into planning his operations.
Yeah, so it's pretty vital information for the planning effort.
I don't speak droid. They didn't teach me that.
Oh shit.
By
My
the way,
bad,
Apache,
I
there's
forgot.
a gray visor in there in your T12 that doesn't have the Camino security logo. But anyways,
I like the logo.
Okay.
Yeah, so as last time,
Right.
since I did this, it went amazingly, so this will go just as well. Okay, so Spirit and Rift started their assaults early in the morning. They hit the Providence, the salvage, the anti-air batteries, the ship factories, and the component facility. They managed to get all of those sorted out, and they set up a fob, which is marked on map. On top of the fob, they also set up blocking points to protect against counter assaults in the future. Moving past that, Shade and Shadow deployed later because they're lazy. They hit both the resistance cells, a munificent droid factory, and they cleared LZ Whitefang. But they weren't able to get LZ Jaxel. On top of that, there are still CIS forces, little pockets in the area which weren't cleared out. So that's what we did. In response to what we actually did, the CIS have done a pretty big push. I should have wrote this better. They've pushed 2 B1 companies and 1 armor platoon into Lensburg to secure it. As you can see on the map, it's with the occupied city. While they did move into the area, they didn't have enough time to actually secure it and set up defenses, so it's not going to be heavily defended, it's just what's actually in the city. Next up, they sent an airborne company to secure the droid factory. The airborne company was successful, and they are starting to set up operations again in that factory. So it is basically operational right now. Next up, they have sent a B1 company and an armor platoon to assault the fob. The armor platoon has moved up the road and has set up positions on the hill there. They're basically set up ready for an assault. However, the B1 company that was following behind has had trouble with the terrain, and they're lagging behind quite a bit. There was an airborne company that attempted to push in with this assault. However, one bird deterred them, and they had to pull off before dropping most of their troops. So they only really got half of an airborne company out. Since the fob is under assault, and as you can see on the map, we're currently encircled by the forces, you can only deploy 1 platoon at a time from the fob. So we are limited about that. Besides that, as you can see, the CIS had a pretty successful push encircling us, and that's all of the strip movement they did. Any PTS about that, or any questions about that, sorry?
So only 1 platoon can be deployed at this fob.
Ephraim.
So if we deploy, are we going to be, is it kind of going to be like that Shadow one on Phobos where the fob was surrounded and right off the bat there wasn't really a brief thing? It's just immediately shit hits the fan while the leadership gets their stuff in control. Is it something like that again, or is it they have time to typical debrief?
The fact that the armored platoon is actually set up, there is the chance that they might push in, but I don't think they would assault without the infantry, so debrief should be fine. The infantry is still pretty far behind. Moving
then,
on from, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then is there, since I know like really Shade, we didn't really finish any of our objectives down here. like a south of our own AO. Is there anything going on in here that kind of happened because we had to pull out and didn't complete these objectives, or?
No, I mean, like I said, there's only scattered pockets of the units there. They're not really organized enough fish, but they are going to be holding it.
Huh?
All good. Okay, sans its consent. I'm going to move on to the casualties. As you can see, it's marked on the map. Shadow Platoon had 56 casualties. She had 86. Wraith had 102 and Spirit had 95, with a total of 337. I'm going to go and roll a d20. Actually, Legacy, do you want to do that since you're streaming?
Yeah, oh, I am sorry. Okay, no, yeah, you were right. No, this 337 because it's 339 before. It's supposed to be 40. Done. All right. Okay, what are you rolling for? Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
You're rolling a
Yes.
d20.
Okay. It was an 18. Did we win?
Okay. So 18, that's 35% their casualties. And then I get to do the fun part.
I'd say that was cool. Thanks, Lex.
Didn't even have anybody blow on it. I'm gonna, there you go. Round it up to 119. So we have 119 casualties then.
Wait. Oh, fatalities.
Or fatalities. But then you smell. I did do the roll right, didn't I? I'm assuming I did.
Yes.
Okay. Next up, going to move on to the reserve. As you can see, we have 418. Last week we recovered 135, which means we have 503 or 553 total available reserves. Any PTSs about any of that? Francis consent. Nope.
I said
Okay,
no. Yes, I said no. Go. Go.
You need to fix your mic. Okay, you guys are free from me talking then, and you can go ahead to company planning.
Oh, did anything? Never mind. Never mind. I guess we'll talk.
You said no. You don't have any PTS
Yeah,
legacy.
never mind. Yeah, no,
Legacy,
no. It was
legacy,
something
legacy,
about completely
legacy.
something completely different. Let's do the planning now, okay?
All right.
Before the
So
abuse
first things first, we
escalates.
land at White Fang, right?
That would be the only open LZ we've cleared, yeah.
Drexel
Yeah,
wasn't secured.
No, it wasn't because
damn.
yeah, we didn't complete one of the secondary objectives, so.
Either way, I think Drexel would have been a redundancy since we already got the bot established.
Yeah. So we're landing at White Fang.
Yep.
Bussin'. Fuck.
So looks like we
I
need
got
to...
an idea.
Thank you.
All right, so Wraith, we could since we can only deploy one platoon to that fob, we'll just deploy to the fob, defend it, and strike out at those two objectives that are north of the fob.
The two that got captured, the city and the factory?
Yeah.
So hang tight for a second. All right. So our main priorities right now, while we could go for that, what's in that red line right now, we need to equally extend the entire front line to where it's a full bubble instead of having bumps like it is now. It's an unstable region. We need to try and extend as much outward on that blue line like that where Nick X drawn. We need to extend the front line that way on the offensive, and even get, if we can, that one platoon that deploys to the fob. We could either have them push back and take these two and stabilize that entire region, or we could even have them push forward towards the NIFs and sort of go on the offensive, I guess.
I feel like whoever deploys
Yeah.
with the FOB should definitely,
Yeah.
retake those 2 objectives, then should take the northern 2. So
Yeah, if
whoever
we
goes
take
out of the FOB should take the red circle.
Yeah. And
Four
me and Aiden are in the
objectives?
same line of sight.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
objectives.
4
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
you
we
2
gotta
of them are
remember-
minor objectives that.
You got to remember
Oh,
that we're
the
gonna have
occupancy, not
side
so much.
objectives to each of these, so we can't give you too many to deal with.
Yeah, we can do the air base and the city and the factory
I was
and
actually
defend the
thinking,
fob.
I was thinking Shadow deploy out of the FOB because Shadow would have the easiest capabilities. My idea was Shadow deploy from the FOB and then move to the capital city center and the air base, and we just have someone else deploying from White Bank back capping and then moving down south to help secure the front line.
What about them 4 boxes I've made?
I like those 4 boxes.
Because we don't necessarily have to push up direct northeast there. As long as we can have this bubble of secured space, that's perfection. Like moving forward, we have launch areas from like everywhere on the map almost to go out to all of these areas without having any issues of having too much area up here to where the point where they're going to be pushing up that way. They can't push in any specific direction. So I have to like focus on one bit later down the line.
So one
We'll
thing
have the majority of the map taken. So
I
we'll have
would-
the
I would-
50%.
I would like to bring up here for you guys is kind of these 2 disruption emitters down here. If you guys recall, or if you guys looked at the objective sheet, if both emitters are up, then basically whenever the Republic's on defense, so basically the Separatists are on the offense, the Republic, they get a -2 debuff. If only one emitter is up, they get a -1. That is probably one reason why the Separatists were able to push back so easily on this last week to get all this ground. So I don't know if we want to try to make a play for at least one of these.
We have an
Prevent
arc team,
that.
don't we?
Really far south. That
I
was
know
the
it's
issue.
far, but if
Don't we have an arc team that we can deploy there? Right?
That's a possibility.
Not a side op we can do.
no, not this week.
I was either thinking they could take out that communications relay or that.
Could do that. It's 3 objectives though.
I mean, unless
Because
I
I'm trying to prevent us from having to overextend our platoons to the point where they
Yeah.
have high casualty rates.
that
And
is
like you guys only have so many reserves per op, and that's
We-
kind of rough. These like especially last weekend's ops.
when we all
pretty
grabbed
rough.
3, that was pretty
Correct.
difficult.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we can only deploy what 440 like in total per
Yeah.
chapter. So if we
That's right.
all like expend like majority of our reserves, we currently have 553 left. We could be like dipping down into the 200s to 100 range here soon.
And like we don't have to take the full 100 or the 100 like the full 440, you know? Like we could always
Right.
take a little less this week, right? So maybe cut off 10 from each platoon. So if we equally split it, that's 100, but those 40 are going to allow us to probably make next week easier.
And we're also getting about 200 next week as well from the non-fatalities from last week.
Yeah, whatever last week was, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it was like 135 or something, if I remember correctly. So we'll get like an additional 135, and
We'll have that
then
recovery.
if we have to go through not to like an what is this 6 weeks, a 7th week, if we have to go to an 8th week, we'll also get like a big bump because we have like over 200 from this week alone that we'll get.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we like take maybe 95 at most, equally split it across all the platoons, I would say, and then that would leave us with like an extra 50, I'd say, if my math's correct.
But yeah,
For the
what
following week.
I think the best action would probably be just stabilizing and
Yeah.
also advancing it to some extent our lines, so it's a full fortified line instead of it being partially contested like it is right now. And then next week we can work a little bit more on going on the full offensive to like that air base up to the northeast, that capital city center, and possibly taking out the disruption emitters if we can. Because we obviously can't make another line here. Like, that won't work if the airbase isn't taken to the west of that. So we're probably just going to have to take the hit of having those disruption emitters up for another week.
Okay.
I agree.
That's fine. Yeah. It's not worth the risk of trying to push the line to risk a week going out the window because we have too many casualties. So if these are gonna be the AOs, who's taking what? Because I'll be honest too, like I don't know. I think early Shade was the only one that and Wraith might have fought too in these fucking trees. Like, it's not a great time. So whoever's gonna be the one
Yeah,
taking
we were
it.
fighting in the woods.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
I would say Wraith, we'd probably be honestly, we'd probably be the best suited for the northern ones, either Wraith or Spirit, for the defensive stuff up north. Because y'all other platoons got the specialty stuff, so y'all could kind of gear more towards assault and take less casualties.
I disagree. It's all them two center objectives are all woodland, and the northern and southernmost objectives are not. So surely Shade platoon would be best either doing the south or the north against that armored platoon.
Yeah. So the north is actually still a shit ton of woods. Like,
Yeah, if you look at the map though, there's way more woodland in the two middle AOs than the northern one.
And obviously, Shadow can't take on the. It wouldn't be the best place to put them, as that is not a place for them.
I feel like Shadow, y'all would be the best at the bottom left corner.
I was gonna say we could take either of those two southwestern lines. The easiest one for us would probably be assaulting that airbase. We could like just hammer it, unless we gotta capture it. Of course, hammer it with armor from that elevation marking and push in fairly easily. Like pretty much this whole southern sector, because it's like so clear of trees. The only issue is the hills, but even then, like this will be easily Shadow's stomping ground. This whole southern board. We can deploy the submarine as well.
Yeah, and Shade, they would probably be the best up north. This is all defensive shit.
Yeah, I'm happy taking the hit with the shit AO with the Munificent, the furthest east.
Yikes.
Do you want to deploy from the fob?
Bless up.
Or do you want us to do that?
Whoever deploys from the fob should definitely get the defensive things up there.
Yeah, the defense should be the fob.
I think that probably those.
Because the reason why I'm asking though is, if you guys deploy from the fob, you'd be a lot closer to your AO than we would. I mean, we have that landing zone.
Yeah, but you're going to have to defend that fob.
Well,
like whoever deploys
I'm
there.
saying that would be adding the defense of the fob onto Spirit.
Yeah,
plus
no.
Magnificent plus the resistance cell.
Yeah, I would
Whereas
probably
if
have a
we
better
pushed in on
time.
the landing zone, we could be close to the droid factory and the occupied city.
Oh, you mean you want sort of that instead?
Yeah, because like you guys are probably gonna be getting.
So you're not having to, because you won't be able to deploy from that fob. You will be far away from your AO. You'll be going back and forth in and out of that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to take that. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you guys, I mean, you're probably gonna take.
It's like you're defending the fob and then you're going on the assault to take that Magnificent and the resistance cell.
Yeah, because you guys are probably gonna face a little bit more heavy casualties, Wraith and Spirit in this center. So that's gonna allow you to reinsert quicker, because you're probably gonna have more casualties theoretically.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah.
Did y'all leave all the shit up that I left at the fob?
Who are you asking?
All the artillery pieces.
Oh.
Probably not. No, I don't know.
And then that just leaves the bottom two between Wraith and Shadow. Then.
Yeah, we'll take the factory and the comms relay.
And Shadow's got the airbase and the component facility. I think that'd be best for them. They have all that open area over there in the mountains as well.
Yeah, Shadow is lead playing to that AO.
Yeah, just know to Apache with the droid factory, there Shade was supposed to hit that port to the north, and we didn't even get in it. I'll be honest, like we made a dent and then we all had to pull out, so there might be a lot of occupation there too. That you kind of have to keep in mind. That might be a bitch and a half.
Yeah, so we could probably take some boats and banthas. Hit it and just roll through the rest.
Taking boats out of White Fang and going up through the port.
I did not hear a word you just said.
I said yeah, because if we're gonna land at White Fang, deploy the boat into like the little cove on White Fang and then just drive it out straight up into
Yeah.
the port. That's bold move. But if you're supported by Banthas, then yeah, it might be good.
Yeah, we might have the banthas come up the coast as we approach there.
I'm deleting these boxes.
So since there's a resistance cell there, is there any way that would help us possibly take that port? If we have to take that port?
What port? Oh, that?
Boy, you were just talking about that fucking port.
Yeah. No, I thought you were talking about spirits.
I don't know. The resistance weren't exactly too happy with us massacring them.
Did you guys kill a lot of people? Or Shadow? Did you guys kill a lot of people there?
No.
Resistance bases that Wraith went up against, we killed quite a few people.
Charger, why do you
Bro.
have 3 lines going across
Shut
the
up,
middle
shut
of the
up.
map?
I'm making it look cool.
It
To
looks
be fair,
wrong.
all the resistance
You know what it
bases
is?
started lighting us up.
The resistance is separatist aligned. Or not really separatist aligned. Pretty much they're the remnants of the army that was dissolved after the separatists took control of the planet. However, they're diehard loyal to their to their planet. So unless like we somehow convince them that we're not the bad guys and turn us to their side, I don't think they're gonna be helping us with shit.
Considering we just massacred a ton of them, I don't think we're convincing them anytime soon.
Hey, yeah, no,
They
we
shot
got a
first,
bargaining
not
chip.
our
We
fault,
stopped
yeah.
killing you if you help us.
We're trying to liberate you, but you're
Dongle.
Since you have
Are
your
there
nines.
any civilians in Lindsberg? Processing?
I am processing.
No,
No. It's the old startup computer. I mean, I would assume there would be since it's a major city,
Okay,
and since no military have really been into it, they wouldn't have really left yet.
gotcha.
Probably no chance to leave since the JS have just pushed into it.
Yeah, be sure you guys are also keeping account too for the other. I guess all of us have civilian objectives, but
Yeah,
where those purple circles are, we got civies there.
shit.
Types of mines. Since you have your lines drawn, you want to pick your times and how many tickets you're getting.
We could throw up another fob too, can't we? Or we just allow them one spawnable fob.
Yeah, you could. That actually, yeah, no, that's a good point, Apache. If you guys want to build it,
Yeah,
fob,
I feel
because
like we're probably gonna throw up a fob at the comm relay.
Yeah,
or if we find
that
a
would be
good suitable
perfect.
spot.
Yeah.
Comm relay would be the center of a red air bubble.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
true.
you're right.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even
We
the droid
could, like,
factory,
Put it on the edge.
We could, like, just south of the droid factory over that field south of
Yeah,
Signal.
well,
There's a big flat
if
field
there's
there.
if there's a side objective that's anywhere like around through there, then we could probably set it up right on the edge.
Well, I'd
Shadow.
even make the argument that the
Yeah,
CIS
I
Yeah.
base would be much
Shadow
better
could
because
just. We typically bring this stick
Yeah.
for vehicle repair, so we can have a double duty and just once we take the airbase, establish it as a fob.
Yeah, that way we got like multiple places you know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Even having 3 fobs would be decent for, like, a north, middle, and south fob.
Yeah, I was about to ask a question. Is there a limit to how many fobs we can have? I assume, like, there would be.
I'd assume any more than
I
3
don't
is a bit lucrative.
I mean, we got 4 platoons. If we have 3, I feel like we could operate out of the 3.
No, I don't think there's. I wouldn't say there's a limit.
All right,
No
Bob on
official
every
documentation.
objective. Let's go.
Fob everywhere.
Every week, Mystic, be there. Every week, every op, you're building.
For the love of God, please, you called on us 4 times last weekend. We love you and we appreciate it, but it's a lot.
They're
Well,
supposed to be
Get
working
ready
on
to
one
be
of the
called at
computers.
least 2 more times.
Sounds
Okay,
like he
I'll
needs
let
help with
Tico
that
know.
sweeper droid.
Yeah, we're gonna set up a fob on the fucking Munificent, so get ready for that one.
Expand your damn detachment,
Oh,
Mystic.
fuck.
All right. Anyways, yeah. What time are you guys? Charger, what time you want to go out? Daytime op. Oh! I was gonna mention too. So Shade, we're doing Arctic camo this week. Do any of you? Obviously, it's been determined that's up to the platoon leaders. Do you guys want to do Arctic camo? It's up to you guys.
I mean, we're already wearing white, so I don't care.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so Spirit, you guys are getting no fun. Wraith, you're joining in on the
Spirit
fun.
seems like they really want to. Giving off a lot of signals.
Yeah, let's go for Arctic camo.
Okay, so everybody but Spirit got it.
Oh, great. Now you say it like that, now I feel guilty.
Yeah,
You're the only one not coming.
removing
Yeah.
Any
blood from your own
any
guys
spirit
now.
platoon watching, suck it up.
Spirit
It's
platoon
so
who's
bad. Y'all
moving
gotta do
through.
phase 1.
Spirit platoon is moving through like the most
Father doesn't let us
forested
have
area
fun.
and chooses not to use the camo. Everyone
Too
else
right.
who really don't need it
No,
is using
no,
the camo.
spirit platoon will fucking shoot each other if they have camo on. So no. Bright orange, like a high-vis vest. That's what we fucking
You
need.
know, I give you praise for knowing your platoon. I'll give
Yeah.
you that. I'll give you that.
For knowing its limitations.
That and I'm kind of thinking I should run a second Spectre squad, so, you know,
That's one
we'll...
of the vital rules of leading them. Gotta know how they.
Okay, anyways, alright, yeah, so that's
So
the
is
thing.
Poltergeist gonna show up this week, or are we gonna just
No, they were out there, you just didn't see them. They're
No.
doing their job.
They were in camo, Apache.
They had camo in their bunks. That's why we couldn't find them in their bunks.
the trees were speaking our galactic basic?
Is that why one of the ARF teams are MIA?
Oh yeah, getting to that,
They
right?
got the acclimator camo.
Alright, Charger, what time? Charger, what time do you want to deploy?
Probably like 6 a.m.
Bright and early.
right after like bedtime.
Right when Dad goes to sleep.
Hey, that's true. I want to decide if I want to make the platoon hate me again or not.
Nighttime op.
We'll do nighttime. We'll
Yeah,
we'll
I was
do
about to say,
Kinda guy.
Wraith will go nighttime.
Yeah, because we were snow blind all last weekend, so nighttime is fine by me.
Apache's like, it's too bright. Now I'm gonna have it be too dark.
It's gonna be
So,
camo with darkness.
A solid midnight then?
Yes.
Look, I have thermals. It's everybody else's problem. They can't see.
Demon. Shadow will do. We'll do early
Fine.
morning.
So what is
So,
that?
like
Like
a
English?
good 6 mornings so you can get a McDonald's breakfast.
Just to one up Charger, I'm thinking like 5.
5:59. Oh, what
Oh
happened?
god, what happened?
What happened? Uh-oh. Alright, yeah, I guess that has to be right. Oh, what the fuck?
What
Oh,
have you
What?
There
done?
you go. There's oh no, it's getting out of hand. There's
how
three
did
of
that
them.
happen? Because he had enter at the same time.
And then
All
Spirit,
right, and
did I miss
boring
that?
non-camo. When are you going?
Fucking casuals.
Fuck it, I'll lie in midday.
Hey, Dad.
Yo,
Our pauldrons are touching.
Oh,
I don't
shit.
Alright.
Oh, the fun part, the tickets.
Okay.
It is.
Sorry.
So are we going under this week? Everybody.
It should be a lighter
I-
week. So
Uh,
besides maybe Spirit, Spirit might have a bit up more on their hands.
The terrain is fucking awful. I so wish I didn't choose that objective now.
I'm cool with going for 100 tickets for Shadow, and then if we want to boost the Spirit a bit, I can give them 5 or 10, or we can just stick it all into the reserve.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need a couple extra hitting what we're hitting.
So are we taking 440 this week? Because
Yeah, I want at least 110.
Same.
goddamn.
I'm going 100.
Oh no, Charger. I think we can get it done in 95 again. We came home with a
You
couple
know what?
extra.
You know what? I'm feeling
90?
unsafe.
90.
Let's go for 65.
All right.
Okay, I want no tickets.
Don't go 65.
No tickets.
I don't
Life
want
off for
any
Spirit.
If we
tickets
all
at
get
all.
shot down again at the beginning of an op, I don't know what
No
we're gonna
def op?
do.
How quick can I make an op go? I want
Fine,
no
Charger, I'll
tickets.
just crash the server again.
All right. How
You
many
know what,
Charger?
I'm feeling confident. Let's go 10.
Go.
3.
We'll do 3, just so we have some room for armos if they happen.
Dad loses one bantha, so they gotta end the op.
Let's go 90.
80.
Shadow's going 100.
Not a bargain. We're going 90.
Okay.
85.
Wait, how many people are in a platoon? About 40.
So,
7.
Damn it,
How
Dad,
much-
stop living in my shadow.
Charger, I think you can handle about 40.
how much are we saving this week? What, 30 tickets
Something like that, yeah.
or 20? Am I dumb?
I can't count.
I know, Dongle. Because you're Irish, and I'm sorry for that.
Yes, you're saving 30. You're using 410.
Alright, so 30 tickets getting saved.
Are you taking 9? You actually might see some people use the spectator mode.
Hopefully.
Doinks.
Yeah, since that's everything and everyone's starting to quiet up. The last thing is just the ARF in our team. Are we doing side ops or?
No.
Okay, so you're gonna have to deploy your ARF team in your ARC team.
Oh, we're gonna be rolling.
Wait, Dongle, but didn't we have 2 ARF teams last week?
I already said this earlier.
Oh.
One of the ARF teams is missing.
Can we send the other ARF
They
team
can
to fight
never
that
get
ARF
their job
team?
done.
No,
Please tell me it's Enfield that's missing.
we're not sending one salsa chip back after the other one. That's how 2 salsa chips break.
Salsa chip?
What? What
At least we
fucking...
know they're good
What
at
in the
spotting
fucking-
prisoners.
Did you say sausage chip?
Salsa.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about, Apache?
Why is it Dan here?
Why are
It's
you?
fine. Just send
'cause
Shadow
the other two
Platoon
didn't
out,
wanna
they'll
show
run
up.
over Enfield and find him real fast.
I'm thinking... What can the ARC team do for
Oh.
roles? Is it just, can they only do recon if it's not a side up? Or can they do anything else, like sabotage?
I mean, unless Lexi tells me otherwise, I'm pretty sure they can recon and sabotage, but that's up to Dramhead over
You
there.
can probably do. You can do recon or sabotage.
Personally, if we can have a ARC do sabotage on the comm relay, then
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
I mean, that
What
or
is
the
the,
Munificent.
The communication.
uh,
-1 to ARF.
comm relay CIS offensive actions get +1 attack buff.
Yeah, that's what's been helping out with the pushes.
Or maybe the
Or do
disruptor
we-
emitter.
Yeah, I was about to say, do we want behind?
Oh,
enemy
yeah,
lines?
Can we just like
Yeah.
fuck one of those disruptions?
Yeah, I vote disruptor emitter, 100%.
I forgot we can deploy them in things that are not our objective. I'm cool with fucking up one of the disruptor emitters.
Which one?
Yeah.
Well, the east one's probably gonna be a little bit more difficult. Might be best. West.
Closest.
Yeah.
Either side, I think both of them are going to be pretty difficult behind the behemoth.
Fuck it, let them fuck up a Providence.
Ark is tasked with taking
I mean,
an
you
entire
could legitimately
munificent.
send them in to sabotage the Munificent for spirits. They have an easier time.
Nah.
Just the strap
Or
nukes on their
okay,
back.
go die.
Ooh, or airbase so I don't get shot by a damn HMP again.
Let's do just Western disruptor emitter.
Yeah, I agree with the disruption.
I'm in favor of the disruption.
Are we're doing sabotage? So
Yeah.
Dongle, what's the number? What's gonna prove?
Now I'll bring up the rules now. I'm going to give it a hard since it's behind the behemoth.
What's that? 12?
The pass is to 12.
Do you have any buffs or debuffs?
I'm trying to remember.
No, I think it only impacts arc. Arc.
Yeah, I think it's only ARF, and
Yeah,
the rest
well-
is for defensive debuffs, but I don't think we have a Republic offensive debuff.
Alright, well I'm rolling it. Fuck. Oh my god. 8.
It was
I
what?
love how your mic
I
cuts
love
out.
that your mic.
It
great.
was an 8.
Okay,
Alright,
so,
well,
I
Hi,
mean,
Ark team.
it wasn't a horrible failure, so they did come back, but they didn't really get any work done.
God damn it,
course.
bitch.
At least they're not dead.
Fucking of
Hey, at least they're
course.
not dead.
They accidentally plugged in a battery, which made it more powerful.
Now it gives us an offensive debuff.
My team has to go in and turn all our weapon down.
Okay, so our
Okay.
team's failed and will be disciplined for that, so next up's our team.
Do the same again.
Poltergeist can't do that.
They can shoot it with a fucking rifle.
What are they gonna do? Take the tip off?
Yeah, take pot shots at the dish.
Considering the
there's like-
comm relay is all the way behind Behemoth's A bubble, if we could get scouting on that, that'd be nice.
I'm cool with Scout Com.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Okay.
I think you'd get more value doing either the droid factory in that massive town or the airbase.
Well, I mean, we already know a lot about like the town. Like the town, it's just garrison basically. There's no defenses. The factory, it's like the same thing as it was beforehand. So you know, there's not much that's gonna.
We have no
prove
clue what the
worthwhile.
communication relay is gonna look like. Currently, it's just a blip on a map. It'd be nice to know if it's like a giant compound, just a tower, or whatever it is.
The thing is, if you're looking at the terrain, you can quite clearly tell that's not a giant compound.
You haven't seen the ingenuity of the mission team.
Could have an
All
interior.
right, that's what you guys think. I think that's a waste myself, but
I mean, where would you? Oh, well, you already said it, and I already shot it down. So never mind. I don't want to say shot it down, but disagree.
Got it down. Thing.
Disagree. Where
Patchy, Patchy,
are
any
we
input?
sending them?
In my opinion, if not the comm relay, then the airbase. Personally,
Airbase
Yeah,
would be
base is better.
nice. They'll probably be more successful too, getting eyes on, just because how open it is.
Hmm.
That'd be mountains.
Survey says airbase.
Okay. What do they got to roll, Dongle?
do we decide where they're going? Are they doing airbase or?
Airbase, probably. That's what it sounded like.
It's only gonna be a medium roll,
What's 12?
so it's
What is it?
an 8.
Okay, but then they get a -1, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What do they have a -1 from?
The comm relay, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Ironically,
So,
And the capital city center is a -1 as well, apparently.
Is it?
I know the comm relay is just offensive. CIS gets +1. Yes, the
Yeah.
city center gives us -1.
shut up again.
I mean, it's still just a -1, so.
Okay, -1.
I don't know.
They
Everyone
got
was
a
still green.
12, but then a -1. Did you say they needed? Yeah, they needed an 8. All right,
Yeah,
bless
no,
up.
they passed.
Bless up.
They got a good amount over it.
Again, take your helmet off a second. I want to check something.
Alright.
Christ.
Is that Donnie's rocket?
Nah.
Okay. Since they
on, man, you don't look like
poltergeist
us.
landed in and got some good recon in, they didn't get shot down or anything and didn't get spotted. They managed to find a good amount of fortifications on the airbase. Due to its strategic importance, it is pretty heavily defended. I
What
hate
type of
markers.
fortifications?
I'm getting
Big
to that.
ones.
You wait. There you go. That's at least one marker, so you can see it. So the airbase has multiple AA emplacements, so that's obviously what the ring around it's for. There's also a wall compound inside the airbase, and the airbase is accompanied by B1 companies and armored platoons. There is a good amount of armor, and obviously there's a lot of air assets which are stationed on the ground and ready to deploy at any time.
All I'm seeing is I got objectives on the coast, and it's time to deploy the submarine again.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean the Great Gravestone is landed now, so.
Yeah, I'm
But I
probably
will go to that op just so I can play the sonar again. That was so funny.
Is there anything else we have to do?
No, that is everything.
Could I ask a question on behalf of Mystic?
No.
No.
Oh, fucking rip. Okay.
What do you want?
What? Why are you here? Why are you here?
What,
I
he
am
is
mission
fucking-
team head, fucker. I'm the one who has to cut up all your damn objectives.
Bitch, go fix that fucking vacuum over there with the leader.
No, I'm only a stand-in for Mystic leadership. I'm not in, actually. I'm just a fucking member of Mystic. Anyways, I see 2 calls for forward operating bases on Wraith and Shadow lines. Is anyone else planning to call ahead of time? I'm trying to give them lots of ahead of time because we got called a lot and we're struggling to fill numbers a bit less.
Yeah, Spirit wants y'all to build one on the Magnificent.
Yeah, I'll definitely be taking you this time.
Okay.
Hey,
And-
Shade, you gonna bring him?
If Phantom shows up, then no. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
probably
I
gonna
don't know.
run 4 of you. So
Hey, Legacy, build
Shade,
the FOB on the FOB.
Shade was thinking about putting another fob on top of the already built one, calling it
Just a double-decker
God
fob?
fucking damn it.
The better
Yeah.
fob?
No, just
Yeah.
double-decker fob.
and I'm actually gonna build a fob in the Munificent, just inside the hangar.
That'd be a perfect staging position.
Yeah.
Objects.
Alright, cool. So jokes aside, Spirit, are you actually wanting to call on Mystic?
I don't know. I'm not decided yet.
Okay, then I'll just let them know about the 2 beforehand so they can for sure have guys ready for those days.
Yo, I'm about to go all Vegas shooter on this fucking dog upstairs.
Oh my god.
And on that
Not
note,
like we're live or anything.
we are finished here, unless anybody else has anything to add.
Okay. Everybody but Spirit gets Arctic camo. He had a lot of casualties last week. And
Yeah, don't go in there. You're not allowed in there.
Oh, Nick X just messaged me. He wants a desert camo.
Oh, okay.